Hello and welcome to Tuts Plus. My name is Martin Perhiniak. In this video, we are going to have a look at folio overlays, continuing from our previous episode where we discussed how to work with folios in InDesign and to prepare them to become apps which you can then upload to the Apple App Store. So we discussed already how to create folios, and we created this Carrier magazine folio file and we prepared it completely, but we haven't added any overlays or interactivity to it. And that's what we are going to do in this video and in the following videos as well. We are going to go through all the folio overlay options. And first, in this video, we are going to take a close look at hyperlinks. So first of all, what are the hyperlinks and what kind of options we have with them? Well, it's very easy to create them, and mainly what we are going to use them for is to jump between pages inside our articles, or also jump between articles inside our folio. But you can also use them to go to a specific web page. You can even go to an application in the App Store or even onto Amazon App Store. And you can also use the email option and the page option, which I'm going to show you in more details. So first of all, how do we add these hyperlinks? So we need to just select something. It can be text or a frame or an image. And once it's selected, we can go to the hyperlinks panel. If you don't see this panel, you can always go to the window menu, and under interactive, you will find hyperlinks. So once you click on that, it will be an empty panel, but you can click on the drop down and you can choose new hyperlink. So once you click on that, that hyperlink will be assigned to your selection. Here, first of all, you can see the options we have: URL, file, email, page, text anchor, and shared destination. Now, the shared hyperlink destination is something I most of the time turn off whenever I work in digital publishing. So this is something that you can use, for example, an interactive PDF, but I would recommend not to use it for an app, so a folio file. Now, if you use email, so link to email, that means tapping on this email hyperlink will launch the mail app with the email to filled in already with whatever you type in here. So you can type in already an address and even a subject line if you want to. So that's quite simple, the way that works. But then we also have the page option, and you would probably choose this if you would first just try these hyperlinks options if you want to jump to a specific page in your folio. But because it only works with document files, again, this is not the best way to jump between pages in your folio. It's better to work with URL, with a specific URL tag, which I'm going to show you. So once again, this option is better for interactive PDFs, for example. But if you want to jump between pages or articles in your folio, then you should use URL. And just by the way, I want to mention also that text anchor and file won't work in the DPS workflow. So make sure most of the time you are going to be in URL. And remember, don't use the shared hyperlink destination. Now, once you are here in this option, for the URL field, you can choose the following things. The HTTP option is going to go to a web page. So you can type in a URL and it will take you there. If you type in the following, so instead of HTTP, you type in ITMS, this is going to go to an App Store application. So you just need to find the app link and then use it with this tag. Then if you want to go to an Amazon App Store application, you need to type in AMZN. And if you want to go to an article, a different article in your folio, and probably that's the most common and most useful option, is you should use nav to. So it's navigation to a specific location. Now, to be able to find the options we should have the folio options open. So that's something here in the folio builder. If I click in here now, while I have this panel open, I won't be able to do it. So I'm just going to click on cancel for now. And I go into my folio to see what my articles names are. So I have cover, article 1, 2, and 3. And these are the names that I will have to refer to. So if I go back to the hyperlinks option, again, click on the drop down, choose new hyperlink. While I have that frame, text frame selected, now I can again type in nav2 here instead of HTTP. Turn off the shared hyperlink destination, and I can type in article 1. And actually I need a space as well, so I have to write it exactly the way it's written there in the folio builder. And then I can just simply say click or go there, and that will take me to the first page of that article. But if I want to go to a specific page in that article, I can also use the hashtag and then type in the number. So for example, if I want to go to page 3, I will put in hashtag 2. And the reason why I use 2 is because the first page of the article is always 0. So it's numbered 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So if I want to go to page 3, I would use hashtag 2. So once I have that there, so nav2 article 1, which is the name of my article, and this is the destination inside the article where I want to go to. Once I have everything set up, I can click on OK. And now I created this hyperlink, and in the folio overlays, I can already see that I have the hyperlink option highlighted. So it's going to open in the folio, and there's a slight indication of this is something that won't go outside of the folio. It's going to be open inside the folio. And then once I'm ready with this, because I updated the cover InDesign file, I have to make sure it's saved first of all. So I just go to File, Save, and then I go back to my folio builder, select the cover article, and I have to update this. So I can click in the drop down and choose Update. So that will use the file, the InDesign file, check what's changed, and it will update my folio based on that. So once I click on Update, I will see it's updating the article, and it will load both the portrait and horizontal version as well. Of course, we only did the portrait version in this case, but it's very simple. You just need to do exactly the same thing if you have dual orientation, and make sure you have the same hyperlink set up on your alternate layout as well. So now, as you can see, we updated our folio. So what we can do is go back to the main area where we can see all our folios, and having the Carrier Magazine folio selected, I can click on Preview, and then we will be able to see the Adobe Content Viewer opening the preview for us. So it's loading now. And all I need to make sure is, so we can see it, I just need to zoom out. So Command minus, and also I need to change to portrait format. So let me just zoom a little bit further out, zoom out, zoom out twice. Once more, and that's it. Or we can also use fit to screen, that would be faster actually. So now that we have our preview here, we can try our link. If I click on Brilliant Ideas, it jumps to my first article and the third page in that. So we can have a look. That's page 2 and that's page 1. And that is my first article. So if I go back to the cover once again, if I click here, it jumps straight to the third page of my first article. And now, just to practice, I'm going to create another hyperlink, but not in this document. I'm going to go to the article 2, for example, and from here, step forward, I select this one here, and I'm going to link this back to go back to the cover. So once again, all I need to do is to go to Hyperlinks, drop down New Hyperlink, and then I can again turn the Shared Hyperlink option off, type in nav2, and I just type in cover, because that was the name of my first article. And then I'm going to click on OK, and we can see it already appeared as a folio overlay. Then all I need to do, if you remember, is to go into the folio itself, make sure that this file, the InDesign file, is saved. Remember, it is article 2, so I select article 2, drop down, update. And once again, I only did this in the portrait version, so we will have to preview it in the portrait format to be able to use it. Okay, once it's ready, we can choose the preview option from the bottom of the folio builder. And remember, if you have your iPad connected to the computer, you can always preview it already on the iPad itself. But in my case, I'm just going to preview it on the desktop. So I have the content viewer here, and I just change to portrait format. And if I click on step forward, in this case, it doesn't work. The reason why it doesn't work, and you might find this a bit frustrating, but the reason why it doesn't work is because you are only previewing the article and not the whole folio. And to be able to switch between articles with these hyperlinks, you have to make sure you preview the whole folio file. Okay, so I had the article to select it when I clicked on preview, and that's the mistake that in most of the times you might run into. So make sure you have the whole folio selected when you click on preview. So once we will get the preview now, we will see the whole folio, and that means we will be able to jump between the articles easily. So once again, I just switch to portrait, and we can jump again to the first article's third page. And then if I go to the next article, this is article 2, I can click on step forward, which will take us back to the cover. So having these hyperlinks is the way that you can quickly jump between pages or even articles inside your folio. But remember, you can also use them to travel to web pages, to App Store applications or Amazon App Store applications as well. And that's all I wanted to show you in this video. In the next episode, we are going to have a look at 2 other overlay options. One of them is called Panorama, and the other one is called Image Sequence. So we will learn more about these interactive features you can use in your digital publishing workflow. Thanks a lot for your attention, and make sure you join me next time as well here on Tats Plus.